Welcome friends, my name is Sagar Deshmukh. Today we'll discuss the next part of highway engineering. We have started the first chapter of highway engineering. Till now we have discussed the history of highway. After that we have discussed regarding the Mr. M.R. Jaikar committee, the recommendation given by M.R. Jaikar committee. We have also discussed the NHAI and CRRI. Today we'll discuss the next part, that will be regarding the IRC. After that we'll discuss 20-year plans. So Indian Road Congress, IRC. One of the recommendation given by Mr. M.R. Jaikar committee was to form a semi-official body which will plan periodic meetings related to the construction, planning, maintenance of highways or roads in India. So as a result of that, the government had organized one conference in 1930. In the result of this conference, the government decided to form a committee which will organize periodic meeting related to the construction, maintenance and planning of the roads in the country. So in 1934 government had formed one committee named Indian Road Congress. So one committee named Indian Road Congress. This committee is dedicatedly appointed to involve all the sector engineers in the field of road development, as well as all the officers, high level officers, for the meeting. It is formed by keeping the aim of planning the road network in country. This committee had planned first conference regarding development of roads in country in the year of 1943. This conference was held in Nagpur. So for the planning of road development in next 20 years. So this conference is popularly known as Nagpur Road Plan. Many of us get confused by the name of this conference. It is Nagpur Road Plan. So it is not limited for Nagpur only, because it was taken at Nagpur. So that's why it is named as Nagpur Road Plan. So this conference was undertaken in order to create a plan for whole country, a plan of road development for whole country. So I will see what was the details of Nagpur Road Plan in detail in the next part. After the First World War, the Road Development Fund was used for routine maintenance, but the fund was not used for the development project, because the overall economic depression in the country, the effect of heavy wartime traffic caused further deterioration of highways. At this time, the Conference of Provincial Chief Engineers was held at Nagpur in 1943. There, a long-term road development plan was displayed for India, and it was known as Nagpur Road Plan or Nagpur Plan. Now we'll see what are the salient features of the Nagpur Road Plan. First feature of Nagpur Road Plan was, in Nagpur Plan they divided the roads in five classes or 5 types. The second feature was, they proposed that road length should be increased so as to provide a density of 16 km per 100 square kilometer. Means they have decided to increase the road density to the number of 16 km per 100 square kilometer. The next feature was, a hard, long-lasting crust would be provided for national and state highways and for major district roads. So, long-lasting and hard, long-lasting crust should be provided for national, state and major district road, national highway. So first of all, we will take what are the 5 types of road they have classified into. First type of road is national highway, second state highway, third major district road, fourth minor district road, and fifth one village road. So these are the 5 types of road in which the total network is classified. Fourth, the committee suggested the development of roads as a star and grid pattern. Star and grid pattern. So this question is asked in the competitive examination most of the time. Which pattern is followed during Nagpur Road Plan? So it was star and grid pattern. Fifth, within 20 years, the committee designed to construct 2 lakh kilometer of road throughout the country. So these were the main features of Nagpur Road Plan. These are the 5 types of road in which the road network is divided. In which national highway is the main road which connects capitals of states, important ports, metro cities, industrial hubs, and foreign highways. This is national highway. The state highway is other main road of province or state. They connect mainly large town and a district headquarters of state. Third, district roads. Major district roads are the main and important roads within the district, and they connect important markets and places with a state or with another higher category road. They also divided further as a major district road and other district road. So this major district road and other district road, or it can be also said as a minor district road. And last one is village road, the road which connect village to each other or with the nearest road of higher category are known as village road. These are the features of Nagpur Road Plan. We should also remember that this density of 16 km also includes the length of railway track which is there in the area. So total road network including railway track must be 16 km per 100 square kilometer. So these are the features of Nagpur road plan. Then we'll see the next plan. So Nagpur road plan was between for the period of 1943 to 63. The next road plan, it is for a period of 20 years, so that's why it is called as 20-year plan. The next plan is the Bombay road plan. And it was for the period of 1961 to 81. By the end of Nagpur road plan, the length of road imagined under it was accomplished. However, the framework of road was insufficient in numerous regards. The changes in financial, industrial, and agricultural condition in nation in that period required a review of Nagpur design. Hence, a second long-term plan of 20 years was drafted by Road Wing of Government of India, which is popularly known as Bombay Road Plan. I will tell you the main features of the Bombay Road Plan. The aggregate street length focus to develop was around 10 lakh kilometer, which will give road density of 32 km per 100 square kilometer. %40 of the length would be surfaced. 40% length out of which will be surfaced. The construction of 1600 kilometer of expressways also included in the plan. Fund for highway financing should came not only from the direct beneficiaries motor vehicle but also from those whom indirect benefits occur. So these are the main highlights of Bombay road plan. Now we'll move towards the next road plan, that is Lucknow road plan. Earlier, two road development plans laid two shortcomings. First two plans were not convinced to meet the need of foreign freight and passenger movement by roads. So, not conceived to the meet, beg your pardon for that, to the meet the needs of freight and passenger movement by road. The plans were not part of total transportation plan for country. So these were the problems regarding the two plans which we have discussed earlier. Now the third official meeting was taken to plan the development in the time of 1981 to 2001. So this meeting is held in Lucknow, so it is popularly known as Lucknow Road Plan. in this plan, the road network classification is revised, and they have classified the road in three major types, that is primary road, secondary road, and tertiary. They have subdivided all three major types in two subtypes. Primary is divided in two, that is expressways and national highway. Secondary roads are divided in two subtypes as state highway and major district roads, and this tertiary is divided in two types, that is other district road and village road. Means they have added one more type into it, that is express highway. The road length for year of 2001 should be planned as it should be 27 lakh kilometer, giving density of 82 kilometer per 100 square kilometer. So this is the next feature. Next feature of Lucknow plan was an all-weather road. All-weather road is the road which can be used in all 12 month of the year. So an all-weather road should connect all villages or group of villages with a population of 500 or above by the year of 2001. For villages less than population of 500, the road network shall be so planned as to result in all-weather road being available at a distance less than 3 km in plain areas and 5 km in hilly area or hilly terrain. Next feature was expressway should be constructed on major traffic corridor to provide speedy travel. Next was national highways should be formed a square grid of 100 km by 100 km. National highway should form square grid of 100 km by 100 km. A state highway should be extended to serve the district headquarter, subdivisional headquarter, major industrial center, places of commercial interest and places of tourist attraction, major agricultural market center and ports. So state highway should be extended to serve the listed functions. The major district road should serve and connect all towns and villages with a population of 1500 and above. The other district road should serve and connect all the villages with population of 1000 to 1500, that is 1500. Energy conservation, environmental qualities of road and road safety measures were also given due importance in this plan. So these are the main features of the Lucknow plan. So today we'll stop here. Till now we have discussed the 20-year plans, and we have also discussed regarding the IRC. So thank you for watching this video. We'll see the next part in the next video.